السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. الدرس التاسع part ألف lesson 9 part ألف. من هذا الرجل؟ أقرأ من هنا. I'm reading from here. من هذا الرجل? Who is this man? هو عباس. It is Abbas. عباس تاجر. Abbas is a merchant. عباس تاجر غني. Abbas is a rich merchant. حامد مدرس. حامد is a teacher. حامد مدرس جديد. حامد is a new teacher. ما هذا? What is this? هذا تفاح. This is an apple. التفاح فاكهة لذيذة. The apple is a delicious fruit. ما ذلك? What is that? ذلك عصفور. That is a sparrow. العصفور طائر صغير. The sparrow is a small bird. العربية لغة سهلة. Arabic is an easy language. الآن من هنا. العربية لغة جميلة. Arabic is a beautiful language. عمار طالب مجتهد. Ammar is a hard-working student. ومحمود طالب كسلان. And Mahmoud is a lazy student. من أنت? Who are you? أنا طالب. I'm a student. أنت طالب جديد? Are you a new student? نعم أنا طالب جديد. Yes, I am a new student. So في هذا الدرس نتعلم ما يسمى النعت والمنعوت. Is the sifa والموصوف. It's the adjective and the thing that is describing. This is what we learn in this lesson. When we are adding an adjective to a noun, then there are some rules that we must fulfill. From them is that there are 4 conditions that have to be fulfilled to get a noun phrase that is made up of a noun and an adjective that describes that noun. Now, just to start off with, we'll mention those 4 things. So the 4 things is 1, number. Is the noun singular, dual, or plural? For now, we're only learning singular nouns. 2, gender. Is the noun masculine or feminine? 3, definite or indefinite? 4 is gender, number, definite, indefinite, and case ending. هذه الأربعة. So these 4 things a person must have in place to get this rule that is called النعت والمنعوت, the noun phrase. And this is when we have an adjective describing a noun. Now it must fulfill all 4 of these conditions at the same time. So it has to be number, it has to be the same, i.e. both the noun and adjective singular. Gender, the noun is masculine, the adjective is masculine. Noun feminine, adjective feminine. Definite or indefinite. If it's a definite noun with alif and lam, the adjective also has to be definite with alif and lam. And case ending. If it ends in fatha, it has to end in fatha. If it ends in dhamma, it must end in dhamma. If it ends in kasra, then it also must end in kasra and the likes. So I will take some examples. We'll look here. For example, here it says Abbasun tajirun. So that's a simple sentence now. Abbasun tajirun, okay? Abbasun tajirun. Now, what kind of merchant is he? Ghaniyun. He's a rich one. So here we have Al-Mubtada, which is the subject. Then we have the khabar, Al-Khabaru, which is the predicate, the information about the subject. Then we have An-Na'tu, which is the adjective. An-Na'tu, the adjective, okay? Now, if we look at the rules, the adjective here, Ghaniyun, is for tajirun. What kind of tajir is he? What kind of merchant is he? So these two come together. And as we can see, one, they're both singular. Tajirun is a singular noun, ghaniyun, singular adjective. They're both masculine. No, none of them end in any sign of the feminine noun. They're both indefinite. None of them have alif and lam, and they both have tanween. And they have the same case ending. Both of them have dhamma. Okay, they both end in dhamma. So that is how we get the noun phrase that is made up of an adjective and a noun. So, and it has to match in all four of these things that I just mentioned here. They have to be all in place. So Abbasun, okay, what about Abbas? Tajirun ghaniyun, that's the noun phrase, a rich merchant. So Abbas is a rich merchant, because Abbas is definite by the fact that it's a proper name, so it's definite. Now the khabar is Tajirun ghaniyun. The information about Abbas is this noun phrase, Tajirun ghaniyun, that is indefinite. And that is what this lesson is about. And you can see plenty of examples like al-usfuru ta'irun saghirun, al-arabiyatu lughatun sahlatun, that's feminine. Al-arabiyatu lughatun jamilatun, again the sign of feminine is the ta mabuta on all of them, you see. Ammarun talibun mujtahidun wa mahmudun talibun kaslanu. We're going to talk about kaslan shortly. This kind of pattern, this adjective, it doesn't take tanween, it's not allowed. It only takes one dhamma. Okay, so that's what you'll see within the rest in the lesson, inshallah. Man anta, ana talibun. Okay, anta talibun jadidun, again. Ana talibun jadidun, yes. So that's again showing and emphasizing the noun phrase, which is the sifa wal mawsuf, the adjective and the thing that is being described. Then we have your first exercise at-tamarin. At-tamarin meaning exercises. The first one, iqra waktub, read and write, as we know. And inshallah ta'ala, you'll see that this is an emphasis on the rule that we have been learning within this dialogue here now. So in continuing the exercises of this lesson here, in exercise number 2, at-tamarin al-thani, right here, we have ضع في الفراغ في الجمل الآتية نعتا مناسبا. So place in the empty space a suitable adjective. Now you have to pay attention to those 4 rules that I just showed you that have to be fulfilled when adding an adjective to this sentence. Okay, so is it singular noun? Is it feminine? Does it end in dhamma, fatha or kasra? Does it have alif and lam or not? Like this. Okay, so you have to pay attention to those rules and place from the nouns that you should have learned, some adjectives that you would have learned from your vocabulary bank and also the vocab of each lesson, and use the vocab book to help you refer back to this. A suitable adjective to fill this blank space to give us a complete sentence. As for التمرين الثالث هنا, now ضع في المكان الخالي في الجمل الآتية منعوتا مناسبا. So مكان الخالي is the same معنى الفراغ, they mean the same thing. المكان الخالي والفراغ, empty space. So here now you're going to put a suitable noun. A suitable noun, as they've given you a mubtada, a subject, then they've given you an adjective. Now you need a noun that goes in the middle to complete the sentence as a suitable noun that these adjectives may be describing. Then we have iqra. And this is when I was saying to you that we're going to talk about kaslan. And then you have kaslanu, jaw'anu, atshanu, ghadbanu, mal'anu. You also have shab'anu. These are adjectives. These are sifat, adjectives, on the pattern of fa'lanu. This is the pattern. Fa'lanu. Okay. Now, what's important about learning these adjectives, even when they're indefinite, they don't take tanween. You never see this sign on them. It's not allowed. This pattern it doesn't take tanween. Adjectives on this pattern, fa'lanu, they cannot take tanween. They cannot take the sound. So they just take one dhamma like this. Kaslanu, ghadbanu. As you can see, only one. There is no double vowel sound. It's not permissible to use it like that with this form of the adjective, this pattern, inshallah. So that's just a point to note, that even when there's an indefinite noun that's describing, it will still be written with one dhamma and not 2. الآن هذا يعني الجزء الثاني من الدرس التاسع. This is the second part of lesson, part B of this lesson. In the first part of the lesson, it was showing you the noun phrase with indefinite adjective and indefinite noun. Now it's the same concept, exactly the same rule. However, it's going to be with definite, the definite article with alif and lam. So the noun is going to be definite, and the description is going to be definite also. So as we will see as I read through the text now. It says أين المدرس? Where's the teacher? هو في الفصل. He's in the classroom. وأين المدرس الجديد? And we read that correctly as وأين المدرس الجديد without taking a break. Where's the new teacher? هو عند المدير. He's with the headmaster. أين الطالب الجديد? أين الطالب الجديد? أين الطالب الجديد? Where's the new student? ذهب إلى المكتبة. He went to the library. من ذلك الرجل الطويل الذي خرج الآن من المدرسة? Who's that tall man who left just now from the school? هو المدير الجديد. He's the new headmaster. ومن الولد الصغير الذي خرج الآن من الفصل? And who's the young boy or the small boy who just left now from the classroom? هو ابن المدير الجديد. He's the new headmaster's son. From here now. لمن تلك السيارة الجميلة? Whose is that beautiful car? هي للمدير الجديد. It belongs to the new headmaster. لمن هذا الكتاب الكبير? Whose is this big book? هو للمدرس? Does it belong to the teacher? لا. هو للطالب الجديد. No, it belongs to the new student. أين الملعقة الصغيرة? Where's the small spoon? هو في الكوب. It's in the cup. أين الكرسي المكسور? Where's the broken chair? هو هناك. It is over there. So as you can see now, we are now using the adjective to match a definite noun. So the adjective is also definite. And we can see this in the following example. If I say to you, ذلك, that, الرجل, that man, الطويل, because الطويل is an adjective. ذلك الرجل الطويل, that tall man. That's how we read it, that tall man. Okay, but if we had before we would have had, for example, ذلك الرجل, as an example, okay, ذلك الرجل طويل. ذلك الرجل طويل. What does that mean? ذلك الرجل طويل. That means that man is tall. Okay, that man is tall. So that's the usage of an indefinite adjective. It makes it a complete sentence. ذلك الرجل طويل. That man is tall. But as for the first one, ذلك الرجل الطويل, that tall man, that's not a complete sentence. We need something to complete the sentence for us. Okay, so that's not considered a complete sentence. خير. Also in this lesson we learned the usage of الذي. الذي in the Arabic language is used to mean that which, or the one who. Okay, and it's used to join two sentences together. For example, in this sentence right here, من ذلك الرجل الطويل الذي خرج الآن من المدرسة. So who is that tall man? Okay, that's one sentence. Who is that tall man? It's a question. خرج الآن من المدرسة. He left now from the school. This is another sentence. How do I join these two sentences together? I use الذي. Now الذي is called اسم موصول, a connecting noun. So it connects these two sentences together. This is sentence A connected with sentence B. And what we use is الذي right here. Okay, so that's also what we learn in this sentence. And we're going to see this throughout the course. And we'll go into much more detail as we go along, inshallah ta'ala. Also, within this lesson, we learn the usage of the past tense verb. Here we are introduced to two past tense verbs. We have ذهب and we have خرج. Now, in the Arabic language, the default usage of the verb is singular and it's for the third person. So this means he left. He went. Sorry, not he left. He went. As for kharaja, it means he left. Okay, so these are two verbs in the past tense. We're going to speak about the verbs shortly, inshallah ta'ala, and I may do a separate video explaining the usage of the verbs for you to give you much further clarity. And then we have, as we know, the tamareen, exercises. Iqra waktub, read and write. So read through these sentences, write them out, paying attention to this new rule of using the adjective to create a noun phrase. So it's either going to be indefinite noun, indefinite adjective, definite noun with a definite adjective. So go through the exercise just to drill it, to keep going through this new rule that you would have learnt just now, inshallah ta'ala. So here you can see there's a continuation of the exercises from the previous exercise. Now we have exercise number 2. املأ الفراغ فيما يلي بالنعت الذي بين القوسين بعد تحليته بال. So it mentions here عند اللزوم, fill in the space using the adjective in the brackets, okay, after adding alif and lam to it if necessary. Okay, so you're going to look at what you're describing, if you have to add alif and lam or not, and you're going to use the adjective in the brackets to basically write it in the correct form in these blank spaces. Then we have iqra, and it has the usage of alladhi. So this section here is going to be talking about alladhi. And as I mentioned to you, alladhi is used to join two sentences together. So let's look at the first sentence. It says الطالب الذي خرج من الفصل الآن من Indonesia. The student who just left from the classroom is from Indonesia. So you say الطالب من Indonesia. The student is from Indonesia. Now we have another sentence. خرج من الفصل الآن. He left from the classroom now. So this is to join those two sentences. We use الذي. الطالب الذي خرج من الفصل الآن من Indonesia. The student who left from the classroom now is from Indonesia. Okay, so that's why we use alladhi. So I want you to read the rest of these sentences, pondering over this usage and the meanings used. Now in this box right here, we have a summary of the usage of the nat wa man'ut. So we have a summary right here of the usage of the na'at wa man'ut, i.e. na'at meaning adjective, man'ut meaning thing that you are describing, okay? So baytun jadidun. So if I said, for example, هذا baytun jadidun. Okay, so baytun jadidun is here. This is the usage of the na'at wa man'ut, baytun jadidun. Remember, it fulfills 4 rules. What are they? Number, gender, case ending, and whether it is feminine or masculine. So that is the usage of an-na'at wa man'ut, the adjective and the thing that you're describing. Any questions when you're going through any of these videos, please do not hesitate to send us a message, and inshallah ta'ala we'll clarify any difficulties you're having in your journey of studying the Arabic language. So we hope that's clear, and that's the end of lesson 9. And na'at wa man'ut, or is also referred to as as-sifa wal mawsuf, the description and the noun you're describing. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.